Hello, good morning. Hi, Dr. Mash. Hi,
Hello, good morning, teacher.
good morning. Are you in Toronto already?
Yeah, I just got a small nap for around like 5 hours and just woke up. I'm still in bed. I'm just covered with 4 blankets. It's very cold here.
All right, that's great. So, I welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
How are you doing today? I
I'm great. Thank you for asking. What
welcome.
about you, teacher?
I'm quite good, thanks. One moment, Dr. Mash. What is the time in Canada at the moment? Is it 11 o'clock?
It's no, it's nearly around 12:55 a.m. midnight.
12:55.
Yeah,
Okay. Have you met I before
yeah. I talked to her even like a couple of seconds ago before she
In
came
my
to this
life
live
stream.
stream.
in her live stream? Oh, that's great. That's great. I is trying to get scholarship.
Oh yeah, she told that.
Okay.
I think she can get a very good band.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
second three time, but I just got six.
Okay, what was your problem? I do you know that?
I think when I try to improve one part, it's success, but but the other will decrease.
Okay,
So
hang on a moment. You mean to say what was your individual score? That's we.
listening six,
Mm-hmm.
writing six,
Mm-hmm.
and reading 6.5, and speaking 5. Because at the first time, I got 6 in speaking part, and I tried to improve my listening, my writing, and my reading. And yeah, I succeed in the last attempt, but because speaking, I didn't I didn't do anything for speaking, so my speaking was decreased for from 6 to 5.
Okay, I just heard that you have used the word success twice.
Yes, success it.
Yeah, but do you know that the way you have used it is not correct at all?
Okay, okay, so
Let's start with the word success today. And we've got another OET teacher and Mash, Dr. Mash. He's an OET teacher from
okay,
Dubai.
teacher.
And honestly, Dr. Mash, this is the word very often I find it learners use it wrongfully. Success. Okay.
Succeed.
So success, what kind of word it is? I do you know? Give
I
me
think now.
give me one quick second. Okay. All right, Dr. Mash. Dr. Mash will be back. That's okay. So you think it's noun, yeah?
Yeah, now.
And what's the verb for it?
Pardon?
Verb. Do you know? Can you make it a verb?
Verb. Succeed.
Mm-hmm. Adjective.
Successful.
Okay. So you said I success. That's all.
Success. Succeed. I succeed.
You had to say I succeeded.
I succeeded.
Yeah, past tense. I remember it is very important to use verb, but in case of verb, you have used noun. Noun can be used, but we have to bring another verb before that.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me give you example today. This is noun. By the way, did you get my response of your writing?
Yeah, yeah. I've printed for or correct what I wrote. I did wrong.
Okay. So let us try to use these three words successfully. Okay. Successfully. All right. So you said success. I got success. That could be correct. Okay. Or the best option would be for you to use successful. I was successful. Or maybe I was not successful. Okay. We use noun when we're describing your situation, like my success was really not satisfactory, you can say. Okay, in order to achieve success in life, we have to try hard. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
No worries. Let me
Yeah.
know if you need to talk, or if you need to go, or if you need to mute. Yeah, don't worry about that. We all
Yeah.
are humans, so we may have emergency, we may have conversation. Okay, success, once again, noun. Succeed, verb.
Succeed.
Successful, adjective. Successfully, adverb. Okay, let's make sentence. One sentence with each of this word.
I am success in my exam.
No, remember that.
No.
Why it is not? We do not use success.
Yeah.
See, now you understand why you didn't get enough mark. It is one of the common errors. Once again, I'm going to explain it. Okay, Sarah is coming.
Hello, Sarah.
By the way, to give you feedback, did you check the bold capital letters?
Yeah.
That was my recommendations.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sarah. Sarah, are you there?
I think she's preparing.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Sarah, welcome.
Thank you.
Did you get my feedback of your writing?
Did I?
Yeah, I emailed you.
Sorry, I haven't checked email today, so maybe
Don't worry, check it later.
I check.
Okay. The only thing I was going to say about the writing is I wrote something in capital letter. That was my feedback. Okay. And your writing more or less were amazing, Sarah. Okay.
Wow.
I think that's because I like when I wrote by my what's that? My handwriting at first time, and I write on my computer, and the computer changed it a lot.
I see.
Using Grammarly?
Possibly there is a grammar software. That's
Grammarly.
why there was.
Oh my god.
Remember that.
But it's smart way.
Now the matter is that Sarah and we got to be careful when if you are planning to sit for the computer-based IELTS exam. There is no software. Okay. That's why there was that's why there was no spelling error except maybe one or two. Okay. Okay.
Smart suited.
Okay. The only problem for both of you that you have written more than 360 words. 363 for Sarah, 372 for you. So remember,
really, I wrote over 300.
363.
That's my first time.
363, not over 300. I counted all of. Remember that my first suggestion is you have to reduce it.
Yeah.
Make bullet points. Okay, when you're writing, Number 2, make bullet point. And remember that in this type of essay, uh, they're asking your opinions. But what happened, instead of giving opinions, you have also analyzed in the last paragraph. Remember, in the conclusion part is the part where you can recommend. That is your opinion, or you can suggest. Okay. And there are some academic ways to write it. When we'll be discussing writing part, then you'll take the note. But let me inform you in advance. Once again, in last paragraph or the conclusions, do not bring any other thoughts or topics. Now this is the time where you have some suggestions or recommendation. Though it says, do you agree or disagree? Remember another important part, second important part, do not write both sides. You have to either agree with the topic or disagree.
Oh.
Don't do it. You are not going to get good marks. You have to take one side only, not both sides. If it says, share your opinion, that's fine. But if you say, do you agree or disagree? In that case, you have to either agree or disagree. You can't be doing both at the same time.
But I heard like before, I heard even though I like agree about something, but I should also write a disagree point first, and then later I should write my own opinion to the like third paragraph, something like that. I heard that, but it's wrong.
It is some examiners think that, but it is not correct. That's why your score will be decreased. So it is important first to understand the topic and how many paragraphs and what you should write. Okay, and also I've seen that because we are not aware that sometimes you have written and for informal words in writing. Informal words have also a little bit impact in your score. However, both of your writings are amazing. But if I compare your writing was, I should say, good and good writing. But if I compare Sarah's writing is better than
Excellent.
amazing. That's why I say it,
Wow.
because there was hardly any spelling error. Now I understand why there wasn't any. Also, number two, you need to be careful. We have got British English spelling and American English spelling. Do not mix it up. Fine. If you like to follow American spelling, that's okay. If you like to follow British English spelling, that's fine. But you have to just write only one way. Okay, don't mix it up. This for achieving good score. Remember, and they consider these points very much. If your target is above 6, when the score goes 6, then they check each and everything in such a critical way, so that examiner has to look for it carefully. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Mesh says, I'm a bit confused about the viewers. Yes, guys, Dr. Mesh, I and Sarah, I have done all my lessons as a private lessons, because I realized that some students copying all my lessons and they are saying that it is their lessons. So I had to just restrict this, Dr. Mesh and I and viewers, all of my lessons from today. It's only for my subscribers. If someone wants to join, come on, join it. They can watch 90 seconds freely. After that, automatically, system blocks them. They will not be able to come. They are not recording, but they are taking screenshot. Okay, I've seen it. These are Hello learner. Then they're posting in the Facebook with their own name.
Oh, but how can I say? I am taking a promotion from some other application, and they require me to take the screenshot.
That's fine, as long as you're my subscriber. Okay, Sarah. It's for those people who are not my subscriber. They used to watch silently. And when I visit the live stream, I found that, oh, these are my lessons, and they're now teaching other like a teacher.
Okay.
Some of them recorded, Dr. Mesh. I know that. Anyway, so that's why Hallo has made some extra facilities that if a teacher wants, the teacher can make it restriction only for the teachers learners only. That's why I had to just be strict about this. Okay, Sarah and I, our today's first word was success. Where would you like to give us an example of? I was asking I. Let us finish with I. I, success.
Success can be achieved by
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by giving our effort.
Okay. Can you please write the sentence? I'm a bit confused about one
Okay,
word.
success can be achieved by giving effort.
Okay. Now, the word achieved. Remember, one important matter in pronunciation. If there is S at the end or D at the end, we must pronounce the letter clearly. I couldn't hear your word D. I had only achieved. Achieved
Oh,
is
achieve it, achieve it,
achieved. Remember, that's why it can
achieve.
impact or affect in your score if you don't
Mm,
pronounce it. Achieved.
achieve, achieve, achieve.
Da. Achieved. Da. Achieved. Da da da. I was teaching some of my students like this with song. Da 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 da.
Achieved,
Achieved.
achieved,
Achieved.
achieved,
Very good. And some other
achieved.
words where we have difficulties in pronouncing with D, this one. Would you like to pronounce these three words? I?
Ask, out,
Hang on, hang on.
achieve.
What did you say the first word?
Ask,
Asked. The D sounds like T though, that's fine. That is acceptable. Asked.
ask, help, achieve.
Remember, stress on D as well. Though
Oh,
it is
achieve, achieve,
achieved. Achieved.
achieve,
Helped. Asked.
achieve, help, ask.
Very good. How about you, Sarah?
Asked, helped, achieved.
Very good. Both of you now better than before. Okay. Now, success verb. I.
Mm, I succeed. I succeed getting scholarship.
It is correct sentence though, but in meaning wise, I'm sure you're trying to mean something else. Okay. Next one, successful.
Mm, finally, oh my god, it's kind of. mm, I have no idea.
Come on, hurry it up. We all are waiting. Sarah is waiting too.
uh, my son, my son, uh, my son is successful study.
Okay, you said my son is successful.
Successful in study or
Mm-hmm. My son is successful in studies. Yeah, that's right. But you shouldn't take this much of time. Okay, I
Okay.
next word successfully.
Mm,
Adverb.
I
Go on.
sorry, teacher. Mm, I I work at the university successfully.
Okay, very good. I work in the university successfully, not at successfully, successfully. That's all right. Okay, Sarah,
Yep.
these four words, please make one sentence before we jump to the main topic today.
Sorry.
Okay. um, Success is uh, important to is very important to some people.
Great. Success is important, very
And
important for some people. Okay, to some people, all right.
yeah,
Then
and succeed.
verb.
Yeah, verb. They succeed. They succeed their ultimate goal for now.
Okay. Great. Next one.
um,
Successful. Adjective.
Successful. Mm, the project
Mm-hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
the project was successful.
Very good. That project.
Oh, is this right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Successful.
Okay.
And
Okay, good.
adverb. Successfully.
Um, mm, Most of the people
Hmm.
finished the event successfully.
Very good. Your examples and I's examples are correct, but don't take this much of time, yeah, when you're answering.
Yeah. Sorry, teacher.
No, no, no. That's fine as long as we are practicing here. But in the real life
Yeah.
exam or in the interview, if you take this much of time, the examiner might think that, oh, this candidate seems to be nervous or confused. Don't give any kind of impression. Okay, give the impression
Yeah.
that you know everything. That is really a very tricky, quality of being a candidate of IELTS exam or any kind of interview. Okay, one important matter using adjective. You see that successful is an adjective. Adjective never goes alone. Okay, it's like a child, and there should be guardian, and the guardian is verb. Okay, before adjective, if you notice that we must always use a verb. So verb plus adjective, and that is an universal rule. If you tell me any sentence that has got adjective, you'll find that there is a verb before it. Like you said that my son is successful. Their project was successful. See, is and was is a verb, and it is there. Sometimes instead of is and was and were, we use other verb. We use got. Like I got angry. I got successful. I become successful, or I became successful last year. Okay. Also, when you are using other verbs like make, like what makes you successful, though it makes is a causative verb here. Is it clear? And adverb are those words which explains how, and a thing is done, like you said that it was done successfully. Okay, and both of you given good examples. Well done and bravo for that. Okay, remember that yesterday we were discussing conditional. We discussed zero conditional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember any example by any chance?
When if I am a student, no. If the zero condition is
If I study hard, I will pass the
get
examination.
yeah
Uh,
like that.
that is first conditional. That's right. But zero conditional.
Is more like um
Okay, there are some
when I got fever, my temperature
goes high.
goes high. Okay,
Very
my
good.
temperature goes high.
When I've got fever, my temperature goes high. Great example. How about you?
Mm, if ice under sun, it will melt. It will be melt.
Zero conditional. Remember, both of the sides should be present simple.
Mm,
Your sentence, let me rephrase it in a different way. If you put the ice under the sun, the ice melts. That is the
yeah.
zero conditional. Remember that when we try to make sentence, try to make it a complete sentence. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let me quickly recap the zero conditional from yesterday. Can you see the screen? We
Yeah.
can also use not only when, we can use if, unless, and as well in any conditional sentence. When, if, unless. For the zero conditional, subject plus present simple, comma, important. We need to use comma. Subject plus present simple. Look at one sentence can be described in three different ways. If you heat water to 100 degree, it boils. Or if you write water boils if you heat it to 100 degree. When you're using if in the middle of the sentence, that we don't need to use any comma. Remember, this is very much important for IELTS exam candidates.
Yep.
If you ever use this kind of sentence in your writing, be careful. You don't have to use any comma at all. Okay. Next sentence, unless you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it does not boil. We use unless when we are giving a negative impression about the subject. Like, unless you study hard, it will be difficult for you to get your required score. That is the first conditional. We're coming there in a moment, okay? Another way, water doesn't boil unless you heat it to 100 degrees. Okay, clear?
Yep.
All of you, very good. So this is just recapping from yesterday. Now, real life fact, if you eat a lot, you put on weight. This is zero conditional. Okay, now other three ways, when you eat a lot, you put on weight. Unless you eat a lot, you don't put weight. Remember the use of unless. Unless means if you don't do something else. So it is like a negative impression. All right, now this one, another real life example. If I'm tired, I go to bed early. This is a real life situation. When I'm tired, I go to bed early. Or you can say, unless I'm tired, I don't go to bed early. Recently, I got this example from a paragraph. If I'm late, they start dinner without me. Could it be zero conditional? Yes. It is a real life fact that if I'm late, they don't wait for me for dinner.
But maybe some people will wait for other member.
Yeah. Then you have to mention some people. Remember that. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Now, conditionals describe the result of certain condition. And remember the if clause, if, unless, when. Once again, you have to remember that. Okay, the first conditional. Okay, That is our today's discussion topic. First condition is very easy. You have already used I. Okay, that's very easy. Like first part of the first condition should be present simple, and the second part of the first condition should be future simple. Like if present simple, then will, verb, we can use can, must, or maybe imperative form. Okay, let me give you example, then it will be easier. Like if you are free later, we can go for a walk. And now you can write the sentence differently. Like we can go for a walk if you are free later, or as long as you are free later, we can go for a walk. These all are also first conditional. For conditional sentences, it is very much important for all of you to understand the concept, because one first part will affect the second part. Okay, and that is the basic understanding about the conditionals. Dr. Mesh has given some examples. Thank you very much. Okay, and if they're hungry, I'll make some sandwiches. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. You'll get your record score. Is it clear? Any other question?
That's fine.
And I need to ask you to give one example from your side, I and Sarah, so that I understand that you have understood. Give me one example.
I will go to the supermarket if I have a lot of money.
Very good. I'll go to the supermarket if I have a lot of money.
You're a big chauffeur.
That's a good example, though. Yeah.
Or if I have a lot of money, I will buy a private jet.
Ooh, let's hope and pray that you buy the private jet. Okay, and that's a good example. Sarah, how about you?
If I'm hungry, I will have some food. I will have some food.
Very good. What's your favorite food, Sarah?
My favorite food? I think it's kimchi, which is Korean food.
The spicy one?
Yeah, spicy one. So I have it every meal.
Ooh, okay.
Sounds delicious.
That's a very good example, though. Okay. So that is first conditional, and I'm sure you have nailed it down, both of you. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Then if he studies hard, he will do well in the exam. Blah blah blah. This all are all clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Take a break if you are tired. Okay. Another way to make first conditional sentence is to use unless and only if, or except if the word can never follow will. Okay. Unless you are hungry, you won't catch the bus. Sorry, unless you are hurry up. I'm sorry, not hungry. Unless you hurry up, you won't catch the bus. Okay. Remember that we use unless in a negative sentence, and the next part should be negative. Now I will ask you to give one example with unless, both of you. Let's go with I first.
Unless you take a course, you won't pass the IELTS exam.
Very good. Unless you take the course, you won't pass the IELTS exam. Good example. Sarah.
You can't do anything unless I give you money.
That's right. So you're telling it to your friend or family member, someone else? You okay?
No.
Right.
I have no money.
No.
I can't.
No, but in real life situation, that is the
Yeah.
most possibility. You can do anything
Yeah.
unless I give you money. Yeah. Great example. Okay, that's cool. Now, uh, look, there are some other examples. If it rains, I won't go to the park. If I study today, I'll go to the party tonight. If I have enough money, I'll buy some new shoes. Yeah. Like I said, she'll buy. Uh, what do you like to buy? If you have money, you'll go to the supermarket.
Food.
You'll buy a jet
Just
plane.
food?
Not
Private jet.
private jet. You see. Okay. So there are many examples I've given. Now, what is the difference between the first and zero conditional? Very often people ask it. Okay, we have to remember the first conditional always describes a particular situation. Okay, and whereas zero conditional always describe what happens in general. That means universal truth. And for example, in zero conditional, if you sit in the sun, you get burned. Okay, but if you say that if you go to the sun, you'll get burned, they are almost similar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if you sit in the sun, you'll get burned. You see, here I'm talking about this, what will happen later. The difference is, once again, this sentence, if you go to the sun, okay, you get burned. That is a consequence, natural consequence. That is the zero conditional. Okay, but if you go to the sun and if you stay there for half an hour, you will get burned later. That is a consequence that is coming after later. Is it clear? But this sentence is only confusing sentence in first and zero conditional. Sometimes some students cannot make it any difference at all. That's why I wrote this example. Okay. All right. Second conditional is the most important in using in English grammar, and we use like if subject past simple, comma subject would infinity. Do you know what is infinity? Do you remember?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Infinitive verb is like original verb, original form.
With two, exactly. That should be a two before it. Okay.
Yep.
That's great. Well done, Sarah. High five for you. Now, remember, this is mostly done in formal writing, and in IELTS exam is formal writing. And you can also use this expression in your speaking task. So it has two uses. First, we can use to talk about the things in the future that are probably not going to be true. Maybe I'm imagining some dream, for example, okay? Like if I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. So,
I hope so.
okay. Remember this word one is same pronunciation one. No difference at all. One, yeah, not own, yeah, one. This is.
Oh, one.
If I won.
If I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. Now, if you remember the structure once again, if subject past simple, that is past indefinite, other word comma, then would or could, then infinity, that main form of the verb, as Sarah has explained. Okay. Now it can be written in a different way. I would buy a big house if I won the lottery. Is that clear?
Yep.
The sentence
Yep.
we have written in the other way around. And remember, when you are writing other way around, we don't have to use any comma at all. But probably I won't would win the lottery. Okay. This is I wrote. Okay. Now, if I met the Queen of England, I would say hello to her. So this is another example. If I would say hello if I met the Queen of England, or I can say this way: when I met the Queen of England, I would say hello to her. Or I would say hello when I met the Queen of England, like Queen Elizabeth. Okay, next one. If she would travel all over the world if she were rich, or the other way around, if she were rich, she would travel all of the world. Now, would you like to give one example? I and Sarah, depending on this concept.
Mm, if
See,
I were, oh, okay, you
go
first.
ahead, go ahead.
You
Go
first.
ahead. Okay, I would study abroad if I was getting scholarship.
Okay, I'm writing it and then we discuss from there. Okay, your sentence. I would
I
study abroad.
would study abroad
Mm-hmm.
if
If
I
mm-hmm.
was.
So we are fulfilling the second part. I would study abroad. Would infinity. That if I, then past simple. Simple past or past simple. If I got in that case, not
If
get.
I got scholarship.
Okay.
Should we part A?
Yeah. If I got a scholarship. Great. Good example. Sarah.
If I were him, I would not do that action as him.
It's a very good example as well because you used where. I would not do. What's the last part, Sarah?
I would not do that as him.
I'd simply finished. I would do that. That's also complete, meaningful.
Okay.
If I were him, I would not do that. Very good example. To remember, in first conditional, yeah. Oh, sorry, second conditional. My apologies.
Yeah.
We use mostly in our academic writing as well in speaking. That's the reason I brought conditionals. Okay. Now, in speaking task, this question is very common. I'm going to ask you, I would like to listen to you from your answer. Remember that when we are using this pattern, try to use the pattern when you're answering. For both of you, this common question. If you were the prime minister of your country, what three things you would, or three major problems, sorry, not three things. What three you would resolve? This is one of the questions that came in the IELTS. So would you resolve? Speaking task, task 3. Okay.
That's
If
a
you,
tough question.
so if you are the prime minister of your country, what three major problems would you resolve? I'll help you. Don't worry. It is just an idea for you how you can answer. If you remember, when you're answering any question in IELTS exam, use the pattern that the examiner has used. So here the pattern is second conditional. Okay.
Second condition. Okay.
Yeah. Remember to start with the same pattern. Like if I were the prime minister of my country, I would. Then now you can add your opinion. You'll get 30 to 40 seconds to answer this question. Remember that being a prime minister doesn't do all the work. The prime minister has cabinets, secretary, other many departments. Prime minister will instruct them, okay, to do the work. So think it a realistic way so that you can answer it. Okay. So I've given you the clue. A prime minister doesn't do anything at all. Prime minister always asks his people or her people if it is a female prime minister. Okay, I and Sarah clear my concept, what you're going to say. But let me listen to it. How do you respond, both of you? I'll go with I this time first.
Okay, if I were the PM of my country, I would give my citizen monthly payment.
Three things you have to remember. I have to mention three
Uh,
problems.
mm, I I would give a free healthy services,
Hmm.
and I would make the free education.
Okay. Did you say I will?
I will. I will.
I would. Okay. Remember, you
I
have to use would. If you say
will.
it will mistakenly, then you're not following the grammar pattern. Clear? I. Then,
Yeah.
if you make a mistake following the grammar pattern, you're not going to get good
Yeah.
marks.
Okay.
Okay, that's the reality. Okay, well done. Your answers are amazing as well. Now, Sarah.
Okay. But I only think one thing.
No,
um,
make it up. Three things. Just make it up. Like the way I has made up. So make it up. Speaking is nothing but making up a story. Logical,
okay.
grammatical, and interesting story.
Interesting. That sounds so hard. uh, um, I will, if I were a prime minister, I would like to reduce tuition fee and tuition fee, and also I I
Mm-hmm.
want to um I want to uh, okay, I want to decrease the internet um internet fee.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't use okay, anyway, internet fee. And lastly, I willing to encourage to increase income,
Mm.
encourage workers income
Basis income.
Increase the income.
in
Okay. Yep. That's fine. Bravo. Well done, both of you. Now, remember that once again, I'm going to give you a clue so the next time you can answer this question in a better way. So, the first answer would be if I were the prime minister, I would ask my relevant department. So, it could be Home Ministry of Home Affairs, possibly, say, to find out the major problems. Then I will, sort out the problems according to the priority. Remember that. If you are answering in a realistic way, just answer like this. First, you ask your department, relevant department, to find out what are the major problems of this country. Is it the income, employment? Is it the corruption? Is it the roads and highways? Is it the internet? Is it the tuition fees? It could be anything. That's fine. Then you make bullet point number one. I would ask this. Remember that this is they're just assessing your English language, not the fact. So whatever you tell is the correct answer. Okay. Don't worry about the right or wrong answer. And there is no right or wrong answer. In fact, it is the way they are going to assess how you represent this sentence. Okay, I and Sarah, that is
Okay.
very much important for you. It doesn't matter what are the causes you say, that's fine, but as long as it follows these grammatical patterns and rules. Always, this type of questions make a bullet point. We call it like 1, 2, 3. This we could call it bullet point. Like number one, I would ask to pay attention for the job opportunities for the new people who are graduating this year. Number two, corruption. It's everywhere. I want corruption to be resolved. Number three is mentioned tuition fees or internet cost. I would ask our relevant department how they could, decrease it. Well done, both of you, for the first time answering. This is one of the question I'm sure you are going to get in IELTS task 3. Okay, and make a little practice at home when you're free. Okay, any other questions?
Oh, I have a question. What's different like first and firstly and first of all?
Okay, firstly and first of all, do you know the answer by any chance? Firstly and first of
Mm,
all.
I think it's the same.
Yeah, I also saw it same, so I use that. It's like equally, but someone said when I use like first of all, they said we should use firstly. So what's different?
Okay, there is a little bit difference. They don't have similar meaning. No, though they are both adverbs. Firstly, when you're prioritizing any important works, then you can say firstly, secondly, thirdly, fourthly. Okay, you're maintaining the order. But if you are not maintaining the order, use that case. First of all, I must say that I am late, for example. Or first of all, I must make the announcement as the president of this country to bring the changes in socio-economic sector. Okay, remember that. Once again, firstly, secondly, when you're prioritizing and you're giving more answers. So don't use firstly. If you use firstly, that should be secondly and thirdly. But if you use first of all, that's fine. That shouldn't, there may not be necessary to tell something else second of all. We do never say second of all. Did you get the point, the difference, basic difference? Okay, like
So like first of all, it means like mm,
clear,
mm,
Sarah?
yeah, I think I'm clear. So doesn't need to be like second if I use when I using first of all.
Yes. And remember that first of all, always this emphasizes the importance of anything, any topic, any problem. Okay. And
Yeah.
also, if you have to say first of all, then possibly you might say second of all later. Okay. And remember that firstly, secondly is, though they are the similar type, but they do not make sense of what's called prioritizing, but it is just only their way of expressing firstly, secondly, thirdly. But in broader aspect, they're almost same except the tiny differences. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have you got any questions?
No.
Okay, well done, both of you. Second condition.
I've heard, teacher. I've heard about what's it like first, second, and three when we answer in IELTS speaking, it will make our score decreasing.
Actually, I didn't get your questions at all. First,
When we answer the question in the speaking part,
Mm-hmm.
and we answer like using first, second, third, it will make our score decrease.
Yes, because first, second, third is an adjective, but whereas firstly, secondly, thirdly is an adverb. Remember that adjective is never used alone. Okay, there should be a verb.
Mm,
So, like the way Sarah has brought the question, if you are explaining something in a priority order, we don't say first. We say firstly. Okay, or first.
Yeah.
You can say also first of all if you want to. Like firstly, about this same question, if you are the prime minister of your country, firstly, I would ask my people to find out the major problems. Secondly, I will ask them to make a list for me because as a prime minister, I don't have time to look and resolve each and every problem because they are appointed as well. I'll just give the major decision. I'll sign the paperwork. Thirdly, then we will act on it, how it can be resolved quickly. Okay, and alternatively, you can say first of all, second of all, and third of all. I think Dr. Mesh is coming back. Okay, is that clear?
okay, teacher.
Yep.
But if you want to use first, then that should be
But
used.
if you want to use first, then
It should be the concept of adjective. Dr. Mesh, welcome back.
it should be the concept of adjective. Dr. Mesh, welcome back. Thank you so much, teacher.
You're welcome. We have got 7 more minutes. So, Dr. Mesh, we are discussing
I've got seven. Dr. Mesh, we are discussing
second conditional with examples.
second conditional with examples. Oh, okay.
And Sarah has a question, firstly and
And
first of
Sarah
all.
has a question. Fast
Oh, it's a bit echoing. Is it from your side, Dr. Mesh?
and fast from it. Said Dr.
Uh-oh. Can you hear the echo,
Can
girls?
you hear the echo?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can.
Dr.
yeah,
Mesh,
yeah.
Dr. Mesh,
Dr. Mesh.
it's from your
Dr.
side. Sorry, he's gone.
Sorry.
He's gone. Okay, any other questions before we go to the last conditional today? We have got 7 minutes. Maybe we can explain it quickly. Any other questions?
No, no.
No.
Okay. All right. These are some of the examples of second conditionals. She would pass the exam when she studied. If he were here, he would have helped us. Like if I were you, Sarah, your example, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at these examples. If I had his number, I would call him. Okay, I would call him if I had his number. One sentence can be written in 3 or 4 different ways. If you studied well, you would get good result. Definitely. Okay, third conditional. Third conditional is the most complex conditional, and we have to understand third conditional is more or less similar, but it always gives a little bit further in a complex situation. Okay.
Okay.
So remember that we often use third conditional to express regrets, describing things we are sorry happened or didn't happen. Like if my alarm had not gone off, I wouldn't have been late to work. If there hadn't been so much traffic, we wouldn't be, it should be comma, I forgot. We wouldn't have missed our flight. And remember that in third conditional, most of the cases, once again, we try to use in negative impact way in our real life situation. Okay, or regrets, as you say. All right, these are the 2 examples. We make third conditional by using past perfect after that if, then would have, and that is a rule. No way you can avoid the rule. Okay, So if subject past perfect, comma, subject would, could have past participle otherwise. Okay, we discussed earlier. Work, worked, learn, learned, go, went, gone. Why we need to know the past participle form, Sarah?
You
Okay.
you asked me like past participant.
Past participle. So each verb has,
Participle.
yeah. So there are basically two types of verb we use in our sentences: regular and irregular verbs. Do you remember what are regular verbs?
Yeah, like
Irregular, yeah.
go, went, gone.
Is it regular or irregular?
Irregular.
Very good. How about regular?
Just plus ed.
Bravo. Yes. Like work, worked, worked. Any other example?
Play, played, played.
Okay, let me bring Dr. Mesh is coming back. We have got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know how much we can cover. You have muted your microphone, I.
Because here a little bit noise.
Okay. I've invited you, Dr. Mesh. Okay. Another example of a regular verb, I.
Regular, study,
Verb, regular verb.
study,
Yeah,
study, studied, studied.
very good. Mhm.
Irregular,
Another one,
regular. Oh, another one. Want, wanted, wanted.
want, wanted, wanted. Very good. Sure. Okay, so I don't think that we can cover explaining in 1 minute. It will take time. And we're just giving a brief example. We need to know the past participle forms of the verb in a third conditional. Okay, and regular verbs are those when we use ed in the past tense and past participle, and irregular verbs are those which always change in the past and past participle, like go, went, gone, do, did, done. Okay, there are some verbs that never change in past and past participle, like read, 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 lit, 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 cut, 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 put, 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 something like that. Okay. Okay, and I think we have to just finish it today because I've got 27 seconds, now 25. Thank you very much, I and Sarah. Send me more writing topic through my email so that I can check it, okay?
Okay. Okay,
Wow.
teacher.
Okay. Thank you.
At least send 2 of them because next class is next week so that you will be busy. Choose a topic randomly and send it to me, yeah? Both of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye bye,
you.
teacher. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.